Today's not gonna be a good day. So the E90 is completely dead again. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm working again on the E90. We're still chasing this electrical issue with this battery issue. I'm not sure what it is. I was driving home the other day. The car had been sitting for most of the day. I'd gotten off of work and I tried to start it after work and it sounded like it did not want to start very well. I thought, you know, maybe it's whatever. I went to the gas station, got some gas. I tried to start the car and it turned like so slow. That's the slowest it's ever turned, and it did turn on, but it's just the slowest it ever turned. So I thought, I'm not going to drive the car anymore. I'm going to check the voltage, see what it does. I got in the hidden menu and yeah, the voltage is really low. It was like 12.8, 12.5. So the voltage is like not, it's not charging. The alternator is not charging at all. I left the car sitting yesterday and then I took the Subi to work and I came back home last night, tried to move the car, and it did not start at all. It's completely dead. The lights barely turn on in here and you could barely see them. So the car is completely dead. I ordered the alternator yesterday, so we're gonna swap that out. I have to tighten the bolts on the Subaru because I used it last night. I kind of went to go do some pulls and then the gasket blew again on the up pipe to headers, but that's because the bolts came loose. I have to find the right bolt for that, and also the bracket that holds the up pipe up, those bolts came loose. I need to find better hardware because the hardware that I have on the car right now is letting everything just fall off. Like, it's coming loose. I thought I put some Loctite on it, but I guess not. That's what we're working on today. I don't have a lot of content this weekend. I had planned on doing the bumper for this car. The paint came in, I have the bumper, and I have everything. But the thing is it's supposed to rain, so I don't want it to rain on my bumper. So yeah, I was gonna work on the bumper for this car this weekend, but it's gonna rain tomorrow, today, and I just don't have time for it. I get off of work hella late. We're gonna do what we can. I'm gonna try to push some content out. I really am not trying to quit and give up on this. So I know that this is repetitive stuff. I know we've gone over this before. We thought we fixed this car. I'm gonna keep trying. Next thing is gonna be a new battery, but I really don't know why it would be the battery. So yeah, let's start turning into the Subaru. Actually, I don't have to turn to the Subaru. I just gotta tighten the bolts. That should be fine. I'm just gonna take it to town, bring it back, and hopefully fix this car. The E90 is the daily driver, so I'm gonna try my hardest to fix this one first before I actually start getting into the Subaru and try to make that a little bit more daily-ish. Yeah, I'm gonna go tighten those bolts on the Subaru real quick. I'm gonna go get the alternator for this car and then throw everything back together. Hopefully it works. Hopefully everything works. I don't know what else it could be. Like I said, it was charging under 13 volts the other day, which is not good at all. Hopefully that fixes our issue because I'm tired of chasing down this dead battery issue. All right, we got the Subaru up in the air. Here's that gasket that I'm pretty sure is shot. I'm not sure where it's gonna be burnt from. It looks like it's all there and complete. So I'm going to check all the bolts for this, all the bolts for this, and that one over there. Though I do hear it here, we might be having it somewhere else. I'm gonna check these really quickly. I'm pretty sure these are gonna be loose. They're always coming loose. And I'm probably gonna re-Loctite them, and we will put the car back down on the ground to see what it sounds like. Okay, so oddly enough, nothing under the car was loose. Like, nothing at all. So that up pipe to header gasket is fine. Usually when those blow, it comes into like many pieces, or they just like, they kind of rip off. And this one's complete. This one looks complete, and none of those bolts were loose either. I checked the header to head, and those were tight as well, so I don't know where we're getting our leak from. The only other place that I'm gonna check is that up pipe to turbo. Those studs always come loose as well. I Loctited those, but we might have those loose again. This is the longest it's gone without having issues. I thought I had gotten it taken care of, and so yeah, I guess not. We'll definitely have to figure something else out, but for right now, we just need a quick fix to run to the parts store. I just checked the up pipe to turbo gasket. That's not leaking either. Yeah, I don't really hear a leak anywhere else, so I don't know what it's gonna be from. Screw it, I'm just gonna take the car, and if we have any issues, I'll figure it out later. My main goal for today is fixing E90. So if you guys didn't know, on the hidden menu, you can actually read your voltage. And right now it's bouncing between 13 to 12.9 volts. So that's really low. It's supposed to be around 14, almost 15. Yeah, you can see the light flickering. I can see it. I know the camera won't pick it up as well, but yeah, the lights are flickering inside, which is not good. So when I tried to do the voltage regulator, I tried to pull the alternator off and I could not. This is gonna be kind of interesting. I'm not sure how we're going to pull the alternator off. That power cable that goes to the alternator, the nut is stuck. So we're gonna have some issues getting that off, but we gotta figure it out. We gotta swap this alternator, get this out, and put in the new one. I still gotta go pick that up, but I'm gonna take this one so I don't get cord charged and I'll have to go back and get that refunded. Let's start turning into this thing. I'm not looking forward to it, but yeah, we gotta do it. There is the bolt that I could not get off last time. I have no idea how I'm gonna get it off. I'm gonna struggle with this a lot, actually. I'm gonna do my best to get that off. I really need to get that off to get the alternator taken off. With this being on, I can't pull it off the harness. So let me figure out a way to get that nut off. I'll probably spray with some PB Blaster, let it sit for a little bit, and then try it again. Well, there she is, boys. Ended up beating it off. I think I grabbed the actual cable with the channel locks, and then I put the wrench on the nut, and then I hit it with the mallet and it came off. I think that's what I did. And then PB Blaster. So this still feels good, you know, no shaft play, you know, it feels pretty good. I'm just kidding. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up, but this shaft is bent. I think you guys can barely see it, but this shaft is bent. Yeah, this is bent. I don't think that has anything to do with it, but that's not good. I think that means that this isn't balanced. The brushes are probably really dead then. I'm going to take my new voltage regulator off, and then I'm going to go put the old one back on, because this is new, and if I ever need a new one, I want my new one. The old one still probably worked. This one, since it is brand new, I'm going to pull it off, take it back, and if I ever need another one, I'll have a brand new one. I'm also going to take this pulley off because I literally just put this on. I have not even ran the car. I put it on, started it. I'm not exactly sure what comes on the new alternator, so I'm gonna look it up really quickly. I need to see how big this alternator is. I'm not sure if it's the 150 or the 180. Oh yeah, 180, which is good. That's what I ordered. The VIN doesn't tell me, which is odd. Even BMW, I called BMW and I asked, and I gave them the VIN and they cannot figure it out. This says 180 back here, so I'm going to guess it's 180. And plus the voltage regulator was for 180 amp, so I'm guessing it is a 180 amp. Let me pull this pulley off, and then we'll go get the new alternator and throw it back on the car. Hopefully with the new alternator we can get the car back up and running, because I really do need this car. We'll see what we do after that. Okay, I cannot find the stock voltage regulator, so I'm just gonna take the alternator the way it is. Everything that is on it comes on the new one, so I don't need to pull anything else off of it. One thing that I might, and I probably should have ordered, are the bolts, because these are aluminum. They don't look bad, but you're supposed to swap these out every time you pull them, and I've already pulled them once, so yeah, I should probably swap them. But if they don't have any in stock, then I'll just throw these stock ones back on and call it a day. It's not a big issue. Hopefully that fixes our issue. I might go pick up a battery later today as well. Like I said, 100% that it's gonna fix it, I am not sure. Okay, so I just got back. Here is the new alternator. One thing I did notice though is this spins inside when this spins too hard to watch. See, I don't know, this keeps spinning when this stops, so I wonder if that's gonna do anything. I was reading online that it is kind of like a clutch, but I don't know, it doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Hopefully this works. I'll throw on the pulley that goes on the alternator, and then we'll throw everything else back together and see what we're reading when it's charging, basically when the car's running. All right, put her all back together. Let's see if she starts for one. Then we'll check the voltage to see more or less how much it's charging. I think I put everything together, right? There she is, kind of hidden. Let's see if this works. Well, she's on now. Let's see what it's charging at. 13.6, 13.7. So it's still fairly low, but a lot better than the last one. I'm gonna go grab my voltmeter and plug it into the connections to charge and see what it does. It's definitely charging a lot better than the last one, but not by much. Maybe like 1 volt, which is still low. So let me go see what it's reading on the voltmeter. So the dash is reading 13.4, 13.5. The voltmeter is reading 13.7, 13.8. So not really accurate 100%, but it's pretty close. We're still in the 13s, almost 14s, which isn't too bad. I don't know why it's reading lower here. I think I'll check the alternator. I think I'll check it off the alternator as well here in a bit. See what that reads. It's still kind of low. I'm reading forums and they should be at like 14.7. I don't know why it's so low. I'm going to leave it on for about 30 minutes. Then I'll take it for a drive, maybe put it through a drive cycle and see what it does. Okay, so I swapped the alternator, went for a good drive. Still is not charging more than the 13.3, 13.5. I mean, it still will charge to the battery, but still it's really low. I'm really kind of asking myself, do I really want to put up with the car? Do I really want to hold on to it? Like, I mean, it's a good car. The car's like really good. The engine and the transmission, they're still like solid. And that is why I don't want to get rid of it. It's giving me some really weird issues. I don't know what it is. I really have no idea. I don't want to buy a battery and then not be that and then just spend the money on a battery. I think the battery is good. Right now I'm putting the car to charge. I'm going to leave it for about like 3 or 4 hours. And then I'm going to check the levels on the battery to see what they look like. Check them tomorrow morning again and see how the car is. Other than that, I really have no idea what it could be. A lot of people say that when you swap the battery on these cars, you have to register with the ECU or else the ECU will charge it weird or whatever. I don't know. The battery that's in here is not the OEM battery. It is an aftermarket battery, so I want to say that maybe they just took it to like Les Schwab and bought a battery and then said, screw it, just drive the car. And here 3 years later the battery went bad. I think I might buy the cable to actually get into the diagnostics of the car, download the programs on my laptop and look at everything. It didn't rain today, oddly. It like just was kind of windy and kind of like dark, but it didn't rain. It was supposed to rain today. If not, I would have done the bumper on this thing. So I don't want to take my chances though and then get rained on and completely mess up the bumper. I only have one spray can, so I can't really mess up. But on that note, guys, I think I'm gonna end the video here. I don't really have anything else. I really just wanted to update on this. Hopefully we find out what's the issue with this and then we could move on. If you guys made it to the end, I appreciate it. If you guys liked this video, go down and hit that like button for me. If you guys have any suggestions, go ahead and comment. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next one.